Hello and welcome to Zen with Jen Yoga. Today's class is an all levels, full body vinyasa flow where we will align and awaken and learn all about chakras in a nutshell. So for today's class, you might want to have a couple of blocks available. I will cue a couple of poses with blocks. And I will refer to my notes because we're going to go through all of the chakras. We're going to learn about where they're located in the body, what colors each one represents, what they affect in us energetically. And we're going to start from top and work our way up. So we will be working on breath and mindfulness throughout today's class, starting with the root chakra. So the root chakra, the color is represented by red. Oh, and by the way, my name is Jen, and I'll be guiding you through today's class. So the root chakra is located at the base of the spine. The color is red, and in Sanskrit, it is Muladhara chakra. This chakra is going to be affecting your sense of feeling grounded, your sense of safety and stability. So if you're feeling any sort of, blockage in this area, it could be your root chakra. The affirmation for the root chakra today is, I am grounded, I am safe. So let's say this together. Come to easy seat, cross at your shins, and let your knees fall on top of your feet. Sit up tall, bring your hands behind you to tent them, to lift your chest and gently squeeze your shoulder blades. Ground down through your sits bones and reach through the crown of your head. Engage your core by bringing your navel in towards your spine slightly. And then bring your hands to heart center. But ground down through your sits bones. And we're going to be taking belly breaths. So when you breathe in, feel your belly expand out. And when you exhale, really feel your navel come in towards your spine. And we'll repeat the affirmation, I am grounded, I am safe. So we'll do 3 breaths like that. Expanding the belly on the inhales. I am grounded, I am safe. Bring your navel in towards your spine on your exhales. In this pose, what we're doing here is going to help you unblock and have your root chakra activated. And then we're going to take it into cat and cow. So we're just going to do roughly between 3 to 5 poses for each chakra. So bring your hands under your shoulders, bring your knees under your hips, and then we're going to do cat and cows 3 rounds. So drop your belly, gaze at the wall ahead, really curl your tailbone up, and then exhale, push the floor away. Ground your hands down into the floor, the tops of your feet. Breathe in and drop your belly, come into cow pose, and then exhale. Use your whole breath to bring you into cat. And then one more time, breathe in, drop your belly, gaze at the wall, open your throat, and then exhale, push the floor away for cat. And then the final pose that we're going to do for the root chakra is Malasana Yogi Squat. So we're going to bring ourselves to standing, okay? And then bring your feet about hips distance, maybe a little wider. And then bring your heels in and your toes out to face the corners of your mat. And then you can bring your hands to either prayer position at your chest, or if it's easier for you to keep them on your hips, go for it. And then squat down into Malasana. Make any adjustments. If you need to sit on a block, just bring that right under your sits bones and work on grounding down through your feet and lifting your chest. Everyone might want to come to a block since we're just starting out the practice. But we'll be here for 3 breaths. Opening our root chakra. I am grounded. I am safe. And just notice how your feet ground into the earth, ground into the floor beneath you. Notice how your sits bones may be grounded in towards the block, or how you use Muladhara, the root chakra, to ground you and root you in Malasana. One more breath in, and then when you exhale, just bring your hands behind you to lower down. And we focus on the next chakra. So you can just come to easy seat, maybe cross your legs the other way this time. The next chakra is the sacral chakra. The color is orange, and the sacral chakra is located in your pelvis and your lower belly region. The focus here is going to be your emotions, so what this is affecting energetically, your creativity, and your fluidity. So if you feel like, things in life just aren't moving for you in a fluid motion, or your emotions are everywhere, or you're just hitting a creative block, then this could be your sacral chakra. The Sanskrit for this is, and I hope I'm not butchering this too badly, but Svidhisthana. Svidhisthana. And the affirmation for the sacral chakra is, I allow pleasure and creativity to flow through me. So say that together. I allow pleasure and creativity to flow through me. So this time we'll come to tabletop again. Bring your hands under your shoulders, bring your knees under your hips, spread your fingers nice and wide. And we're just going to do some hip circles in tabletop. Maybe you can draw some figures of 8, but just press the floor away from you, press into the tops of your feet, and just do some circles going in one direction and going in the other direction, working the pelvis and the lower belly region. Just be here for another breath. Make sure you take your circles in the other direction, or your figure 8s, whatever you're choosing to do here. And then come to find stillness. From here, bring your left knee in a little and take your right leg and just bring it between your hands. So stack your right knee over your right ankle, and your right thigh is going to be about parallel to the mat. Come up onto your fingertips so you can lengthen your chest, and then reach your arms up and come into low lunge, Anjayasana. Now, if this is too much for you, you can bring your hands down and just have them on blocks. But we're just going to be tilting our pelvis here and just going back and forth. You can come into Ardha Hanumasana, half splits on the ground, and just come between low lunge and half splits. So you can be on blocks, you don't have to be on blocks. Just getting into the pelvic region and the lower belly region. Next time you come back, go ahead and sweep your arms up, breathe in, and then exhale to bring your hands down and frame your foot, and then just bring your knee back into tabletop position. Go ahead now and bring your left knee forward between your hands. Bring your left knee over your left ankle. Have your blocks there if you need them. Your left thigh is roughly parallel. Come up onto your fingertips and then breathe in to rise up into low lunge, Anjayasana, getting our foundation for this first. And then we can go ahead and rock our pelvis back and forth. So coming into Ardha Hanumasana, into low lunge, getting into our sacral chakra, allowing our pleasure and creativity to flow through us. Using your entire inhales and your entire exhales to move you. On your next breath in, go ahead and bend your left knee, bring your knee over your ankle, and sweep your arms up, lengthening out of your hips. Exhale to bring your hands down to frame your left foot, and then just step your left foot back, bringing you back into tabletop. Step the left knee back. The next pose we're going to do for our sacral chakra is a Baddha Konasana. So bring the soles of your feet together and we're going to recline. So then use your hands to walk you back. Maybe laying all the way down. Baddha Konasana, you can bring your hands onto your belly, onto your low belly. Maybe rocking in the pelvis a little bit if that feels good for you. This can be great for low back pain. Or you can just come to find stillness. Feel your belly rise and fall. One more breath in. And then when you exhale, use your hands under you to lift you back up to seated. And then take your hands and lift your knees back up. And we'll move on to the next chakra. So we'll allow pleasure and creativity to flow through us for the sacral chakra. Our next chakra is our solar plexus chakra, or the Manipura chakra. The color is yellow, and the Manipura chakra is located in our navel region, so the center of our torso. This energetically affects our confidence, our self-esteem, and our willpower. So if we are feeling, if we are lacking in confidence, if we are scared to try something new, if we are being down on ourselves or can't seem to stop something, if we have addiction or obsession, you could have your solar plexus chakra be blocked. And the affirmation for this is, I am strong, I take empowered action. So let's say that together. I am strong and I take empowered action. The postures for our solar plexus chakra is plank pose to start. So if you want to be in modified plank, you can, but you're going to bring your hands underneath your shoulders, and then your feet can be about hips distance or maybe a little closer. And then you're going to straighten your legs behind you, bring your shoulders just past your wrists, and you want to think one line from your head to your tailbone here. Your heels are reaching back and your crown is reaching forward. You are bringing your navel in towards your spine slightly, and your gaze is between your thumbs. Now you can drop your knees if you want to be in a modified plank. But I am strong. I take empowered action. Strengthening our solar plexus chakra. Breathe in and then exhale, drop your knees down and then sit back on your heels and then come to take a seat. The next pose to help unblock our solar plexus chakra is Navasana or boat pose. So for boat pose, you're going to come to take a seat, ground down through your sits bones, so you might have to move the flesh. Bring the soles of your feet to the mat, and then hold on to the back of your thighs, and you're going to lift your chest, breathe in, and then sit back and bring your calves parallel to the mat. You want to keep your chest lifted here, but you can take boat pose further by letting go of your thighs, reaching towards the top of your mat with your palms facing the ceiling, but keep your chest lifted so you can gently squeeze your shoulder blades behind you. And then maybe you try to straighten your legs, any amount. But if you're here, this is great too. Navasana boat pose. I am strong. I take empowered action. One more breath in and then exhale. Hold on to the back of your thighs and bring your legs down and come back to seated. For our next for our next solar plexus chakra pose is twisting chair pose. So come to mountain pose, stand up, ground down through the soles of your feet, bring your shoulders over your hips, reach through the crown of your head, shine your palms forward. Your feet can stay hips distance, or you can bring them closer together with your big toes to touch. Your heels can be slightly apart. And then breathe in to reach your arms up. Keep your shoulders relaxed and away from your ears. And then exhale, lower your sits bones down, but you want to keep your torso behind your knees and keep reaching up towards the ceiling as you sit back on and bring the weight into your heels. And then exhale, you're going to bring your hands to your heart center and turn your torso. Bring yourself down and hook your elbow outside of your right knee. And then press into your left hand with your right hand and turn your chest for twisting chair. Keep your knees in line with one another. Breathe in and then exhale, bring yourself to center. Breathe in and then turn your torso, hook your right elbow outside of your left knee. Breathe in and then twist your torso from center. Press your left hand into your right and use that to help you turn for twisting chair. Keeping your knees in line with one another, sitting back into your heels. Breathe in and then breathe out. Bring yourself to center and then go ahead and stand up, straighten your legs. Bring your hands down, mountain pose. Relax your shoulders away from your ears. Reach through the crown of your head. Press into your heels. Bring yourself into alignment. I am strong. I take empowered action. Nice work. And then the next chakra we are going to work on. Our solar plexus chakra can ignite our inner fire with strength and stability. The next chakra we're going to take a look at is the heart chakra. So this is located in the center of your chest. The Sanskrit is Anahata chakra, and the color for the heart chakra is green. The energetic effects of the heart chakra is love, compassion, and connection. So if we are feeling disconnected from our loved ones or not really able to, understand where our friends and family are coming from, or you're lacking compassion in your life or for people even, it could be that your heart chakra is blocked. And so the affirmation for our heart chakra is, I give and receive love freely. So let's say that together. I give and receive love freely. For this chakra, we're going to be doing cobra pose, puppy pose, and then a seated eagle arms pose. So for cobra pose, let's come in through downward facing dog. So bring yourself into tabletop position and then take your hands, move them a palm print ahead, tuck your toes under, and then lift your hips up and back. Really push the floor away as you keep a soft bend in your knees, create length in your spine first, and then you can begin to maybe pedal the legs out or bring your heels towards the mat any amount. From downward dog, come onto the balls of your feet and then roll yourself into plank pose. And then come onto your tiptoes, bring your shoulders just past your fingertips here, and then just bend your elbows straight back so you can lower yourself down all the way to your belly. Now that we're on our belly, go ahead and lengthen your toes away from the top of the mat. You can widen your legs. You're going to widen your hands so they're about underneath your shoulders. And then hook your tailbone down, but keep your glutes relaxed. Press into the tops of your feet. Breathe in and then exhale to rise your chest up by pressing into your hands and spiral your elbow creases towards the top of the mat. Now, even here, you're reaching your toes and your chest away from one another. Your glutes stay relaxed, and you're really using your upper back muscles. Now exhale and release back down. And you can either try cobra pose again, or we can go into upward facing dog. So breathe in, push yourself back through tabletop, and then come into downward facing dog. And then we'll stay for one breath in and one breath out. And then come on to the tips of your toes, the balls of your feet, roll yourself into plank pose again. And then exhale. This time you can bend your elbows and come halfway down for chaturanga or all the way. And then breathe in to press and spiral your elbow creases forward, but keep your thighs lifted off the mat. Maybe you come onto the tops of your feet. And again, you're going to be pulling your chest away from your feet, lengthening. And then exhale, you come back into downward dog by rolling over your feet, or you can press into tabletop and come back. And then exhale, bring your knees back down to the mat. And our next pose for the heart chakra is going to be puppy pose. A lovely heart opener. Remember, I give and receive love freely. So your knees are going to stay, or your hips are going to stay over your knees for puppy pose. And then take your hands and just walk them out as far as you can so you can melt your heart down. Keep your hands in line with your shoulders. Keep your fingers spread wide and melt your heart down. Your head does not have to touch the mat here, but you can bring your chin or your forehead down to the mat. I give and I receive love freely. On your next breath in, Press into your palms to rise you up. And then exhale, just gently walk yourself back in. No rush, no competition, no right or wrong, no better or worse. And the next pose is an eagle arms pose. So this time I want you to cross your legs the more unusual way, an easy seat. Let your knees fall on top of your feet. Sit up nice and tall. Get this alignment for easy seat here. So bring your fingertips behind you, tented to lift your chest and sit you up. Gently squeeze your shoulder blades, and then go ahead and bring your hands to prayer position. Now, for eagle arms, it is a bind. So you can take your hands and you can bring them together like this, or you can bind them like this, or the other option would just be to give yourself a hug. And if you're here, you're just going to be bringing your elbows away from your face and up, but keeping your alignment, keeping your head, heart, and pelvis stacked. Otherwise, take your left arm, take your right arm and cross it over your left, and then wrap your hands around. Once you get the bind, you're going to bring your elbows away from your face and your hands also away from your face. Stretching the back of your shoulder blades. This is really, really amazing for your shoulder health. If you tend to hunch over a lot, this is great. Breathe in and then exhale, unravel, and then open your arms up, cactus them to do a counter stretch. So squeeze your shoulder blades behind you, and then we will take it to the other side. So hands can be in prayer just so we can figure out our sides here. And then this time you're going to cross your right arm over your left arm, and you can go bring yourself like this. You can bring yourself like this or like this. So your choice. Bring your elbows away from your face. Bring your hands away from your face. Keep your head, heart, and pelvis in alignment. I give and I receive love freely. We're opening up the back of our hearts now, the back of our rib cage, our shoulder blades. On your next breath in, begin to unravel. Exhale, bring your arms, cactus them for a counter stretch. And we breathe into our chest, we soften, we receive, and that is all part of our heart chakra little sequence there. The next chakra we're going to look at is our throat chakra. It is located in the throat. The color here is indigo, and the focus, or it's also known as Vishuddha chakra, that is the Sanskrit name. This energetically focuses on our expression, our truth, and our voice. So if we feel like we're not being heard, or maybe we're afraid to speak up or express ourselves, it could be a block in our throat chakra. And the affirmation for this chakra is, I express my truth with clarity and kindness. So let's say that together. I express my truth with clarity and kindness. We're going to do a few poses for the throat chakra: camel pose, lion's breath, and some neck rolls. So come to kneeling. Bring your knees underneath your hips, so hips distance. Your feet, the tops of your feet are going to be flat to the mat. Take your hands like you're putting them in pockets and use that to bring your hip creases forward. So we're lengthening our spine this way so we can bend backwards for camel pose. And this is a great way to open the throat, unblocking the throat chakra, the Vishuddha chakra. I express my truth with clarity and kindness. So breathe in and start to tilt backwards as you push your hips forward, pressing into the tops of your feet. Maybe you look up at the ceiling. Maybe you bring your right hand down to your right heel, your left hand down. And lift your chest. Maybe look up and open up your throat. Breathing in. And then come out of this very carefully. Lift your left hand, engage your core, lift your right hand. Come up slowly, bring your hands to your hips, and then go ahead and sit back. This next practice for our throat chakra is going to be lion's breath, and we'll do 3 rounds. So for lion's breath, you breathe in and take a very deep inhale. To exhale, you stick out your tongue and you make it audible on your exhales. And we'll do 3 rounds together. So breathe in, take the deepest breath you've taken so far. Open your mouth, let your tongue come out. 2 more times. Breathe in. Make your lion's breath. And 1 more time. Nice. Now just take a couple rounds of natural breath. And we'll do some neck rolls. So keep your hands on your thighs. And then you're going to use your nose and begin to draw circles, starting in a clockwise direction. Inhaling on your way back and exhaling when you bring your neck forward. And then when your chin comes to chest, go ahead and reverse the direction. Using your entire inhale and your entire exhale. Loosening the neck. And just go one more time. Ending with your chin at your chest. Stay for a breath in. And then exhale to lift your head back up. Nice. The next chakra is the third eye chakra, the Ajna chakra. Ajna chakra, A-J-N-A. That's how that is spelled. The color is purple, and the location is between the eyebrows. The energetic focus for the third eye chakra is your intuition, your clarity, and your insight. So if you're noticing that your gut feelings are off, or you're having a hard time, understanding the world around you or yourself, what's going on with you, it could be a blockage in your third eye chakra. The affirmation for this chakra is, I trust my inner knowing. So let's say that together. I trust my inner knowing. The poses we're going to do for this chakra is a forward fold, child's pose with our head resting on a block, and just an easy seat where we are just doing a quick inward meditation, a quick check-in. So for forward fold, come to sit with your legs out in front of you. Your toes can stay flexed. Bring your head, heart, and pelvis in alignment. So bring your shoulders over your hips. You are reaching through the crown of your head here. Your chest is lifted in Dandasana. And then breathe in to reach your arms up. Keep your shoulders relaxed and away from your ears. And then exhale to fold forward. Come about halfway. Breathe in to lift and broaden your chest. and then exhale to fold forward. While you're in forward fold, I invite you to soften your gaze or close your eyes and take this a little more inward. Notice how you are feeling without judgments. No right or wrong, no better or worse. To gain insight. On your next breath out, you can bring your palms down if they're not, and then use that to walk you back in. And then cross your ankles just to roll over them to bring you into child's pose. So you can bring your knees as wide as you would like, your big toes come together, and then have a block. If you don't have a block, just bring a pillow or a book or something under your head. I like to have my rib cage cradled by my thighs so I can feel a gentle compression. Bring your sits bones onto your heels and then walk your hands out in front of you, keeping them in line with your shoulder. Melt your head down. Bring your forehead onto your block for child's pose. Notice how the block is providing gentle compression right in that chakra space. Finding a moment of stillness for insight and for clarity. On the next breath in, go ahead and lift your head off the block and then walk your hands back in. And then come to sit down in the middle of your mat. Come to easy seat, so sit up nice and tall. Bring your hands behind you. When you have the lift, just bring your hands to prayer position. And very quickly, I want you to scan your entire body. So notice what the top of your head feels like, your eyes, your nose, your ears, your mouth. Notice what your neck feels like, your shoulders, your chest, your entire right arm, hand and fingers, your entire left arm, hand and fingers. Notice what your chest feels like, the front of the rib cage, the back of the rib cage. Notice your navel, the middle of your back, your low belly and low back. Notice your pelvic region, your glutes. Notice your whole entire right leg, thigh, knee, calf and shin, foot and toes. Notice your entire left leg, left thigh, knee, calf and shin, your foot and your toes. One breath in and one breath out. Bow your chin to your chest. And then bring your hands to your thighs and gently press into your thighs to lift your head. Open your eyes. And that, my friends, was our sequence for the third eye chakra to allow us to tune inward and to let our wisdom rise. So just a quick meditation. And then that will bring us to our last chakra, the crown chakra. It is Sahasrara. Sorry if I butchered that, but it is located at the top of our head. The color for this chakra is white. And for the crown chakra, our energetic focus for this is connection to source, unity, and consciousness. So I think that's pretty self-explanatory. If you feel disconnected from the universe, disconnected from humanity, if you are confused about, subconscious or consciousness, this could be a block in your crown chakra. Our affirmation for this chakra is I am connected to something greater. So let's say that together. I am connected to something greater. And just a few, just actually two poses for this. So we're going to do a pose called legs up the wall. And I think a block can be helpful for this because we're not going to actually go against the wall. But come to lay down, come to a reclined position. Bring the soles of your feet flat to the mat. And then you're going to hug your knees in towards your chest. Have your block like right behind your glutes. So hug your knees in towards your chest. And then you're going to come to lift your legs up and bring the block right under your sacrum. And then you can also bring your hands just flat. So your palms will be flat. Your heels and the soles of your feet go up towards the sky or up towards the ceiling. And your feet kind of just float over your hips. This is legs up the wall. I always butcher this, but Viparikani, something along those lines in Sanskrit. This is such a therapeutic pose. And it allows for us to slow down and feel that connection. If you don't have a block, you could use a pillow. Just a couple more breaths in this position. It should feel like your feet are floating over your hips. This is great if you're on your feet a lot or you have swollen feet. On your next breath in, go ahead and bring your knees back in so you can take the block off and then gently lower yourself down by pressing your palms into the mat. And then we'll just come into a little bit of a savasana here. So take up some space, reach your arms overhead, and then roll your upper arm bones under. Bring your palms by your sides, let your feet fall. And allow your inhales to come in through the crown of your head and exit out of the soles of your feet. I welcome you to Savasana, final relaxation, corpse pose, where you have the opportunity to just be. Nowhere to go, nothing to do, no right or wrong, no better or worse. In Savasana, approach your thoughts as the observer, like clouds passing by. As soon as one appears, allow it to go just as quickly. Have no judgments or opinions, no right or wrongs, no better or worses. Savasana. Go ahead and take a deeper breath in, a longer breath out. Start to wiggle your toes and fingers. Start to move your body. Maybe stretch your arms overhead again. And then roll onto your side into a fetal position. Let your arm be a headrest for your head for a breath in and a breath out. Use your other hand to help lift you, or you can stay in closed seated. And our closing reflection is you've touched every energetic center in the body, from earth to sky. And these poses we just did are usually incorporated into a daily yoga practice. And so if you are practicing yoga regularly, you are working these chakras to help keeping them open during your yoga practice. But I had a request for a chakra class and to go through each chakra individually and kind of just break them down and what they mean, where they're located. But today, we'll carry our alignment with us in breath, in body, and in presence on our mats and off our yoga mats. So we'll close this practice out with the vibrational sound of Om, or you can just take the deepest breath you've taken all day and then exhale, open your mouth, make it audible, sigh it out, release, let go, and soften. If you would like to do the healing sound of Om with me, I encourage you to do that, especially after this chakra sequence. But we'll breathe in together to close. So go ahead and do that. Breathe in. You can bow your chin to chest one more time. Honor your time, honor your body. Bring your hands to your thighs, press into them to lift your head and open your eyes. I thank you so much for joining me today. My mission is to help you find your Zen and live as authentically as you can, just by showing you how I find my Zen regularly. I hope you learned something from this chakra class. Who knows, maybe in the future I'll do a series and break them down more, doing a class per chakra. But I hope you learned the basics today. If you would like to support my channel, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and I do appreciate that. Like my video, leave me a comment. These are all things that you can do that are very helpful in supporting. If you want to go further, you can read my channel description, and there's some information there. Otherwise, I'll see you on the mat next time, ready to share experience, strength, hope, and yoga with you all. And go rock your recoveries, go heal from trauma, and have an amazing life. I'll see you on the mat next time. Namaste. Bye-bye for now.